Welcome back. You're still watching the Breakfast Show, and I'm honored to be having with me over the phone to be shedding more light on the development in the Sinai Peninsula is Dr. Ayman Ghounaim, the economic expert. Thank you very much for being with us today on the Breakfast Show, and good morning.
Good morning to you, sir, and you're most welcome.
Anytime. First of all, how do you see the 44th Sinai Liberation Anniversary as we celebrated it on the 25th of April, and hand in hand, the economic development taking place and the projects being constructed in Sinai, more specifically under the tenure of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi?
Well, actually, Sinai has a very special place in the emotions and in the hearts of the Egyptians. Sinai is part of Egypt since 2700 BC, since the reign of King Zoser. During the ancient Egyptian history, there was a Horus military pathway in which the Egyptian armies that used to defend Egypt used to settle and used to get their supplies and their ammunition. Regarding the economic development of the Sinai region during the term of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, actually I see that such development reflects the positive discrimination philosophy of development adopted by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, because we all know that in the past there were some regions in Egypt that were deprived of their just and fair share of development, investment, and infrastructure projects. Those regions now, they get more than their normal share in development and in investments in order to compensate for the previous deprivation. And these regions include Sinai Peninsula, includes includes Upper Egypt, especially Middle and North and Upper Egypt, and of course the peripheral or the marginal suburbs around the cities. Regarding the development of Sinai, as I told you,
yes,
it reflects the positive discrimination philosophy adopted by the new republic under the leadership of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and it also reflects the philosophy of Law number 18 of the year 2022 regarding the state national planning, because such development is a balanced development, balanced in terms of sectoral as well as regional development. This means that the development is directed towards all the regions of this place of Sinai, as well as is directed towards the major sectors of development in Egypt. And here I mean agricultural, industrial, mining, as well as touristic development. In the past, Sinai used to suffer that only southern Sinai was a focus of the state, was a focal point of the state, and such region, southern of Sinai, Sharm el-Sheikh and Dahab, used to have predominantly touristic development.
Yes, Doctor, in your opinion, why was it a must to be having this comprehensive economic development in Sinai that we are witnessing nowadays?
Well, actually, it was a must for many reasons. First of all, we have to compensate our people, our fellow citizens of Sinai. We have to compensate them for their honorable role in resisting the occupation from 1967 till the liberation in 1982. That's one thing. And also they played another very important and heroic role in the fighting of terrorism under the leadership of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. And here, by the way, we have to remember what Mao Zedong said in his book about the guerrilla warfare, that insurgents must move within people like fish in water or like fish in a pond. And therefore, it would have been really almost impossible for the armed forces to defeat the insurgents or the terrorists in Sinai.
Yes.
Unless the people of Sinai were fighting side by side with the armed forces against such terrorists, because it would be really difficult, and we can even see the historical experiences, for example, in Vietnam by the U.S., where the insurgents used to move within the people and they were embraced by the people, and so it was impossible for the greatest superpower in the world to defeat them. But in Egypt, one of the main reasons for defeating terrorism was the fact that, first of all, the people of Sinai, they rejected such ideas, they rejected such bad principles, and they fought side by side with the armed forces and the police against them. So the compensation, of course, of our people and fellow citizens in Sinai, that's one thing. And second, that Sinai is the first defense line of Egypt in the east, since the pharaohs, as I told you. And third, that Sinai has real potential economic capabilities and has real potential for development. Here I'm talking about agricultural as well as mining and industrial development. If you allow me, the Northern Sinai Development Project on 620,000 acres is one of the examples to prove such statements.
Yes.
Such project includes 400,000 acres eastern Suez Canal in the Northern Sinai region, and 220,000 acres western Suez Canal. And such project is irrigated by or consumes around 4.5 billion cubic meters of water per annum, and such amount or such quantity is being supplied 50-50. Half of them by the River Nile, by fresh water from the River Nile through the Sheikh Gaber Canal, and the other half through the purification of the wastewater through the station of Bahr al-Bahr Canal, and the other one through the station of Mahsana. So this project proves that Sinai has very high potential for agricultural and also industrial development, because such project is now being integrated with the Suez Canal Economic Zone project, industrial project, and it aims at exporting processed food or processed food items to Southern Europe. Also, we're talking here about industrial development, and such industrial development has to make a good use, actually, of the mining capabilities of Sinai. Sinai has, for example, it has coal in the middle Sinai region, has manganese, it has silica, white sand that's used in the manufacturing of glass and ceramics and solar cells. It has kaolin, which is used in the manufacturing of porcelain, phosphate in middle Sinai. It has iron ore. It also, Sinai was also one of the main quarries of Egypt, even during the Pharaonic era. It's rich with marble, granite, and sandstone and limestone.
Yes.
It's also rich with copper and petroleum. And by the way, 1/3 of Egypt's production of petroleum comes from Sinai. Yes, sir.
Yes, hopefully we'll be realizing the potential of Sinai in the near future. Dr. Ayman Ghounaim, the economic expert, thank you very much for being with us today on the Breakfast